Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you out there in YouTube land on this mud ball we call Earth. Elton McFall here on this glorious, crisp morning here in the city. It's probably about 11, maybe 12 degrees Celsius. Winds are light, sky is gorgeous, the sun is out, man. Yesterday was the total contrast. It was muggy, it was raining, it was crappy, dark. Yeah, so there you go. As you saw the title, specifically to one of you guys who asked me to do a walking video on this street. Well, here we go. I actually walked all the way up here from Van Horn. Went to get my coffee. Had a croissant. I love a good heated croissant, especially if it's fresh. It wasn't fresh, but whatever. And yeah, I actually thought I was going to start walking down north, down that street where it keeps going down and more down. And I was like, well, actually, let's just walk up anyway from where I was at Van Horn. I took the scrap to go down there. God damn, freaking scrap. 161. All those buses on the route, like so many routes, are scrap because either the neighborhood is poor and or the roads are in shit condition. So I think this is a Université de Montreal building because I know that's not far from here, so I don't know. So we'll see here. That's going to be a pretty long walk. I'm going to try to do it pretty quickly. That's what's great about this camera compared to using a phone camera or any other camera, is that there's just no shaking, there's no vibration. It's fantastic, right? So yeah, stop this a second. Yeah, Côte St. Catherine, not to be confused with St. Catherine Street downtown, which actually goes all the way to my neighborhood, Darlington. And if I say with a Jamaican accent, it's because I love accents. It's not to be ridiculed anybody, but there's a lot of Jamaicans that live in COTE-DES-NEIGES. I know this for sure. And I say that with a respect. You know what I'm saying? The beautiful homes with the terracotta roofs, eh? Probably are or were owned by Italians, then I imagine. Going back all the way to the old country there in Italy. Look at all these colorless cars, every one of them, for crying out loud. That's what I love about spring. This part of spring, it's May 9th today. Look at all the leaves are blooming and growing. The grass is nice and green. It's just gorgeous. I even actually filmed just earlier, I filmed a little walking video in my area, walking to Préfontaine metro station. It was sweet. So yeah, walking northbound here down this road. Look at all this old architecture there. All these different apartment buildings ranging, like this one here, probably built in the 40s. Ones like that, yeah, 40s, 50s. See, I lived in a building that looked like that, like so many buildings in Montreal like that. It was look at that, even the railings original. It was a model from 1956. So again, all this is just like, most of these buildings are post-war, and post-war, if you're very young, means after World War II, when of course the you know, the economy was just booming, right? Americans won the war against the Germans, the Japanese, and things really snapped into production big time, right? Of course, nowadays I can't imagine how much just one of these apartments goes for, really. It's probably a scary amount, you know. So I didn't tell you what. Oh yeah, check this out. I noticed this entrance before. Look at this place. Cool, eh? Like a stop sign octagon with the little glass windows. See it like that, little square glass windows. And I always forget what the name of those are, actually. Never remember that. Robindale. Yeah. It's interesting. They all have the same railings, eh? They all have the same metal railings on the balcony. Well, I wanted to do this early too, not only because, you know, I was home all day mostly yesterday. I only went to the store, but also because, yeah, they said mix of sun and clouds. So there's more cloud building in. It's just typical, you know, warm air mixing with cold air. I don't know. I guess the sun mixing a. Look at the beautiful windows, like a half moon. Love that. Love it. Oh, yeah, and we're going back to where I started here at, or started, I should say, from when I got off the bus. Went to get my coffee there at corner of Rue Van Horn. You know, I never really mentioned it, but one of the things I love about the setting I have on this camera is that, on this GoPro, is that it's a linear, you know, it's a wide angle lens. You know, it's great that whether it's this or I'm filming a bus ride or something, It's really fantastic, you know. And I wanted to take my friend out, like I said, who gave me this GoPro, take him out as a thank you dinner. But Jesus Murphy, I am really, you know, I always say that like, things are tight for me and I'm barely getting, no, I'm really barely getting by. Like, Jesus, I'm just like getting by the seat of my pants right now. I'm lucky if anybody comes to buy things from me, or I ship things that they buy, you know. I'm really sick of it. Really sick of all these black pickup trucks. Big black pickup, black. Like fucking 90% of them. You know what I'm saying? It's just insanity. It's insanity. It's just like, I love colors, you know. I like things when they're different. Oh, the phone's ringing now. Oh my God. I had to stop recording there because my phone went off, and it's a ringtone playing one of my favorite songs, which is Electric Avenue by Eddie Grant, which is kind of fitting in this area. And I love old signs. And anyway, I think it's probably Grant calling me. And like, I don't want there to be any kind of copyright infringement, because we all know what YouTube is like with that. What the hell is that thing? Look at that. Looks like something off the Ecto 1. What's that for? Interesting. Interesting. I have a friend, like, he's known, you know. Some of you, if you watch my old car videos, you know, old cars, you know, a lot of people. His name is Andrew, you know. Goes by the name of Corvair Wild on YouTube, but that guy's too busy working on stuff to be making videos. And he would always say, like, interesting. You know, I got that from him, you know. But then again, the thing I've said before, like, you know, when I talk about, I'm always complaining about this scrap, you know, the STM scrap. Like, I just took that piece of shit, 29,000, 40,000, 30,000, which are 2009, 2010. And when I say scrap, I got that from him. No, I didn't make that up. That's from him. Dépanneur AJ. What does it remind me? It reminds me of AJ from The Simpsons there, that spoiled brat. Who was at one point, he was huge, and now he's all thin and everything. Oh my God, really? Holy mackerel. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, he can. He's a green onions. What is that term? Where the hell does that term green onions for? What the hell does a meter maid giving out tickets for illegal parking? How the hell does green onions play into that? I'm gonna have to look into that. I think it's interesting. But I've seen people park like that. Like, it's just, they don't give a shit. They're like, oh, I can't find parking, so whatever. Just, they don't care. People don't care. They're selfish today. You know? Darlington and Brighton. Well, that rolls off the tongue. I can't get more British than that. It's all these old British colony names, eh? Yeah, around here, man, just like in NDG, it's the same thing. Same thing, man. I guess I'll take a little break here coming up at Van Horn. And I don't know, I'd love to get something responding here. I've only filmed, I think, ever an ambulance or two responding on this street. It's cool to get something else, you know, EMS or police. But it's a little bit early in the day, I guess. So stop there just a second here. New Western Stars. I like them. Oh yeah, we were born to be alive. We were born to be alive. Born to be alive. Born to be alive. 1979, Mr. Patrick Hernandez. If you I don't know, maybe you don't know, or you didn't look at this. I wanted to show this. Check this out. Look, it's for members only. You know, this looks like a typical old wrought iron fence. So maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. How long is that? Does anybody know how long has this been a garden? Has this always been a garden? You know, I don't know. It's interesting. Interesting. And I was just talking to Grant before, and I was saying, yeah, look at these pots. They remind me of Super Mario Brothers. He's like the same way. He's like singing that. It's a beautiful morning, oh yeah, and I'm filled with caffeine, oh baby, yeah. 3 small coffees for me, and I see a police officer. Is that a police officer? Yeah, Mr. Policeman. Policeman parked there like as if he came out of that garage there, which I don't know what the hell that is. Oh no, that's not a police car. That's actually a security car. But it's the same police spec, police pack, Explorer. You don't see these much, actually. I don't know, maybe it's because they're questionably necessary. Like, was this necessary to make this all expensive tiles like this? Oh, it is Ville de Montreal. What does it say? Oh, it's a reservoir. Does that mean it's a water filtration plant? It must be. Let's check out this view over here. I love this high up view here. So if you ever seen a walking video where I walked up from Bate Street on Wilderton Street, it looks just like this street here. It's all going steeply down, and if you're gonna go up one of these streets, you better be in shape, boy, because it's steep up like San Francisco almost. Let's take a look at those street signs here. Darlington and Kent Street. Yeah, which reminds me of so many cigarette ads I have for that make. By the way, if you're into vintage advertising, I don't say it enough, but I have thousands of vintage magazine ads from the 30s to the 2000s. So, and a lot of what I have too as well, which sells really more to the younger crowd, is the cigarette advertisements. Makes like Kent and Marlboro, Camel, Cool, oh, Winston, all kinds of stuff. Even though many years ago, actually, when I quit smoking, I actually threw a whole lot of them out. And then it occurred to me one day, I'm like, man, these are cool though. This is part of history. No matter, even though that stuff is terrible for you, it's the worst thing you can do to yourself. Having smoked for so many years, I know, but Jesus Murphy, I mean, some of them are just so cool, you know. And hell, just like so many other products, you know, that were illustrated, you know, trying to get people to buy their brand of cigarettes, you know, like just again the whole thing with cars and how people are dressed and what they're doing, and they're working on a boat or whatever, and you know, it's just part of history. It's just part of American history, I should say, specifically, you know. So, oh God, don't tell me this is the street. I always forget what it's called. It looks like Linton Street looks uniquely like this. Well, actually no, maybe there's not that much of a medium like that. That's nice. This is, I'm not against anything like that. What's wrong with that? Nothing. How much does that cost? Not too much. Not like what I saw earlier when I walked to the Metro near my area, and they're redoing this whole skate park. It's probably going to cost like $300,000 or something, and you know, oh, look at this. There would be books in here usually. Sometimes people, even in my area, have these kind of cabinets they built on the on their property, and people can just pick up a book for free, because books, unfortunately, due to the internet age we live in, I know because I bought a lot of used books, they're worth shit practically. Obviously some of them are worth more than others because they were expensive when new, or they, you know, they didn't make a ton of them, or for whatever reason, because I guess they were expensive, or they made them limited, and you know, yeah, they're worth more. But most books not worth very much, unfortunately, especially small stuff, things that are not hardcover, you know. So this here had to have been a KFC, and I don't understand how a KFC would have gone out of business. But then again, I've seen a lot of KFC restaurants close over the years, as well as Harvey's restaurants close over the years. So, you know what I mean? You're gonna be on YouTube. What is this now? It's a fruit. Store. Look how huge that building is, though. You know, maybe I'm wrong. I'm saying a KFC because a lot of KFCs, they had that design, you know. Maybe this lady knows. Hey, Mrs. Oh well, she doesn't hear me. No, that had to have been a KFC before. But then again, that could have been a garage, for crying out loud. But you don't see buildings too often like that in the inner city like this, you know. This looks like something you would have seen in the country, in a small town, you know. I love it. And now we're at Barclay. I saw this guy earlier at the Tim Hortons. He was getting a coffee like me, and I almost felt like telling him, saying, hey, I took a picture of one of those trucks, man. Like, I took a picture of one of those trucks 20 years ago. It was such a different time. It was an old GMC Top Kick, man. And if you know your vehicles, you know that I'm talking about the GMC Top Kick from the 80s, which had that big flat hood, It had a huge grill, like one end to the other of the hood, and there were 4 headlights underneath it, which is basically was a masterpiece compared to this ridiculousness. Looks like a freaking toy. That's what vehicles have come to, a lot of them, especially trucks and buses. I've noticed they just look like freaking toys. It's such a shame. It's too bad. You know, there was a time when it was important to make vehicles look as menacing as possible. That's how they sold stuff. And now today it's the opposite. It's got a little freaking goofy, you know. Not everything, but a lot of things. So now over here, we're gonna go take a peek over here, because this used to be a gas station garage, and like a lot of places, now it's just a garage, because these independent garages, they can't make any money selling gas anymore. It's too expensive for them, and a lot of garages are closing up because because these developers are making them offers they can't refuse. How come this guy hasn't closed yet? You know how many of these developers are going around to say, yeah, we'll give you $500,000 or whatnot, and the garage operators are like, yeah, okay, you know, it sounds good. And look at this. It's just a parking lot now. Look, the freaking pumps are still here. That's crazy. You know? And look how weird this is. The garage is part of this building. How strange is that? Ooh, a nice red Buick. Look at that. Looks like it could have been a fire chief's car. Oh, it's rusted. Look at that. Something else you never see anymore in this city. Look at those pumps. Those pumps have got to be at least 30, 40 years old. They still exist. I would buy one of those just for the hell of it. Just to... Ooh, that's nice. Actually, that's nicely done. Ooh, I love that color. That's a beautiful color. Why can't we have more cars today this color? No. As I said before, because people don't have any patience anymore. They go to a dealership, they want to wait anymore, they buy a car or a truck, and the same thing why all the black pickup trucks are black is because it's there, it's on the lot. They're like, okay, yeah, we'll sign the deal, make it a down payment, and you can drive it off the lot tomorrow. They don't want to wait a month or 3 weeks or whatever. I don't have any patience for that. Nobody has patience anymore. Good shape, nice shape. Considering this car is like over 25 years old. Well, all right, we're getting close to the end of this shiz here, and we're going to do some jaywalking, because in Montreal you can do that. I've never been hit by a car, but I got close once though. One time, seriously, oh man, I almost got hit by this old green caravan, and that was a faux pas on my part. By the way, you see that building there? It says Buanderie. Buanderie is French for laundromat. Yeah. So buddy, you requested for me to do a walking video on this street, either because you live here or you lived here, I would reckon, or used to visit here or whatever. And then this is for you. I hope you're happy, hope you're content with that. And by the way, I'd like to oh wow, look at the green on the Kia. Wow, that's cool. Look at this, it's got some kind of a screen here. What the hell's that all about? That looks like in New York, you know, like to advertise. Oh, that's weird. I'm sure there's a story with that. Anyway, check me out on Patreon if you'd like to show your support for this channel. Would be amazing. As you know, I'm, unlike a lot of people, very poor, very poor. It's actually amazing I'm still wearing these shoes. I must have had these 5-6 years. Best shoes I ever bought from Winners, and it'll look good. But and then of course you come to an area where there's starting to be a lot of change, closer to Bates Street, where we're finishing this. Look at that huge crane there. You're gonna build condos, you know, they're not building anything else, that's for sure. So, beautiful. Look at that. I love that. All the leaves coming out and grass is nice and green. It's the best time of the year, man. You know, friggin' winter's horrible. Winter's too damn long. Too damn long. I mean, if winter lasted, let's say, until like, you know, frickin' December or something, that would be sweet. Look at that. Speaking of sweet, that's a beautiful G35. Beautiful car. Beautiful car, man. Nice wheels, nice stance. Very nice. I think definitely one of the more better and cooler designs of the 2000s when it comes to cars in general. You know. Yeah, I guess this video is going to be dedicated to you guys, the people that are like me, the poor class, the working class. That's what you all make up in this area. Although there's a few Hasidic Jews who live here. They live more in Outremont, you know, which is that way, like, you know, friggin' east of here. There's a street cleaner. this building? It looks like a City of Montreal building. Ooh. I like that roundness. That's a nice touch, actually. I like that. Yeah. I'm sure that must be the mayor's touch right here, right? He probably came over here one day and said, listen, plant some flowers there, make it look nicer. It's okay, that taxpayer's paying. Taxpayer's paying for everything, right? So, oh, I like how close up that crate is, though. It's so weird. Like, I'm against all the condo construction, but I love all the equipment used. Heavy machinery, trucking. Beautiful. So that's it, boys and girls. And thank you very much for watching. Merci de regarder. And if you have any requests for any streets you'd like me to do a walking video, but there's one condition: it's got to be an old street, it's got to be old buildings. I am not going to do no walking video in frickin' Griffintown ever again. Never. Areas like that I am not interested in. I even thought about taking a bus ride out to Ile-des-Sœurs, Nuns Island, and doing a walking video around there, but the oldest part of Nuns Island, because most of it doesn't even look old anyway. So that's it, boys and girls. Thanks again for watching. Take care. Hasta luego. Stay safe. Keep your puck on the ice, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.